Hi, and welcome back to TNT's Blues Corner. We've called you back in today because we're going to take a little look at Goldie here. We've got to do some string changing, and I thought I'd bring you on board while we're doing that. We've got a tremolo system down here that we block, so there's nothing serious about that. Why not bring you on board while we're doing this? So stay tuned. Well, I've got you back here, and hopefully I can do some work here. I'm kind of standing behind the camera, but hopefully this will look okay. All right, so what we have here a little differently, if you can see this here, I'll try to zoom in. Yeah, see here, we don't have a hole in the post. What we have to do when you're doing these, you do the same way I cut all the others, where I take it up, 2 tuners and come back. But this has to go down in here as such, and that's what it'll basically look like when you're done. And then you wrap around from there. So it's a little more tricky. So when I get you back here, we'll take a look at that. Okay, so how do we do this? Oh, let me get this out of the way here. Catlin bread. Kick-ass pedal. All right, so let's take a look at this. We're going to get these all out of here. So they all pull out the same. Blah, blah, blah. No big deal there. What these are basically are your vintage style tuners. If you have a vintage Stratocaster, this is what you're going to have. They didn't have the hole in. Everything went into the top there. You really don't treat them any differently. You still go up your 2, cut your post, or cut the thing, and you just don't need the tag in. You know how I would call a tag in, where I would leave it out. I think you can see this a little bit farther like this. You don't need that in this configuration. You just cut it at the second one, which I'll show you in a second, and then you put it down in there and wrap it. So that's what we're going to do. So when I get you back here, we're going to change the strings. So I've got you back in this view because I want to show you something that happened. My B string, I believe, got stuck in the saddle. It's a little flimsy, so sometimes it'll get stuck there. So I'm taking a piece of an A string, about 6 inches long, probably, that I cut off an old project. And I just push it through the back, and normally that'll push it out. So we'll see if that works. Okay, so we got back in this new angle here. I thought I'd show you how this works. Hopefully you can see this, but this one came out just fine, as well did the others. But in this case, this one didn't. Now I might have got it started already since I see if I can get this where you can see it. Somehow here. Well, I tell you, this is a struggle. So, this is stuck in here. So, just jam this, actually the other way is better, so it gets started through. This, this of course will go through. Get it through and out the back, and just push them through. Bam. That's simple. So that's a little tip or trick that I picked up along the way. Save these pieces. They're worth it when you need them. Put them on my magnetic strip, and when I talk about my magnetic strip, I don't know if I've ever showed this, but it's just something I've got right here that has all my tools on it, so I can just easily reach up and grab what I need. So everything that I use on a daily basis when I do this stuff or whatever is all sitting right up here. Just as messy as my wife really enjoys. But anyway, that's that. Be back in a second. Okay, welcome back. So here we go. We're going to put some linseed oil on the neck here. You've seen me do this before, so expect this to be in super fast mode, but I like to bring you along for all the processes here, so you feel like you're involved, I hope. So super fast mode. Okay, wouldn't it be awesome if you could just do everything that fast in life? Wouldn't that just be grand? It would just be grand. While we're here, we'll just take the opportunity just to wipe off some dust underneath the strings. I'm not going to clean this or anything. There's no need. It's a workhorse guitar. It doesn't need to be cleaned. Just needs some dusting. Speaking of dusting, I got some air around here somewhere. I will spray out some stuff here. I use the whole, maybe a can and a half of air on that, and everything else you can think of, cleaning supplies and rags, and on that Firebrand guitar. Man, it was dirty. But boy, is it looking good now. It'll be ready to go back home soon. Back home and on to a new owner, from my understanding. So that's a good thing. I was successful enough to clean up a guitar and show it off well enough that somebody's decided to purchase it from the original owner or the current owner. How about them apples? Okay, so when I get you back, we're going to talk about how we put these strings on up here with this type of setup. So, see you in a few. Hi, welcome back. We've got you here in the new angle, and today we're going to be putting these types of strings on. I don't know if you've ever heard of these or not. I've never tried them before. I purchased these somewhere local here and thought I'd give them a shot. They're ultra high output guitar strings by Ernie Ball, M Steel. Experience a new world of tone. You see that down there? Anyway, I don't know much about these, so I'm just going to read off the back. The most technologically advanced guitar strings. How about that? Nickel-plated brass ball ends, reinforced steel wrap wire, specially tempered steel, round wound, margining steel hex core, superior strength and power, low end of response. So let's get these things on. So when I get you back, I'll have the string up there and I'll show you how I cut them for these and how we put them on. Be right back. Okay, so we got you back here. We put the strings, all the strings through, and hopefully they're in the right order, because that's what we try to do. All right, so what are we going to need for this? Well, we'll need these, and we'll need this, and probably another winder. Hopefully I can find it here. I just sort of cleaned up my work area here, and of course when you do that, you can't find anything. And we'll also need this. Very good. All right, here we go. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Okay, so like I said before, we've got no hole in these in the side of the tuner like you normally would see, but you can still do it the same way, except you don't leave the tag in, the tag end. So what I do is I just set this in there like that, and I run it up through, and when I get to where I need to be, which is right here, I just grab a hold of it. And I clip it here. And then I throw it away. So I don't, of course, like I've said before, stick them in my fingers, because that happens quite a bit. And before you make that cut, make sure that you're all the way through your bridge. All right, now, no rocket science here. We're just going to put this thing down in here, just like so. I keep my hands out of the picture here, out of the movie. All right, and then you bend it down and hold it, just like that. Make this go the right way, and you tighten it down. And as I always do, I use nut grease in here, but there's a good bit of nut grease in there. I don't need any more. So, all right. Well, let's super fast mode some more of these. Okay, on these last two though, I always use this on my Stratocasters. Maybe on others, I don't know, but I know always on my Strats. This is just a piece of shrink tubing that I put on the B and the E string normally. Keeps them from breaking where the breakover point is in the saddle. So you just slide this on your string and stick it down in there, just like that. And I just have them as long enough to where you can just barely see it popping up, through the bottom of the saddle. So I'll do this one, and then we'll go right back into the super fast mode and carry on. Carry on. Oh yes, carry on my wayward son. I'm not gonna do that. Copyright. Warning. Copyright infringement. All right. See you in a second. Listen to that. Listen to that beautiful sound. Let's get a nice little sound of how wonderfully in tune this guitar is right now. Yes, indeed. Oh, isn't that just beautiful? So we're done. Of course, from here, I will, do a setup. I'll check everything, make sure everything's good to go, which you've seen on videos in the past of mine. Just go back to some of my other videos and you'll see how I do that. But this is just like doing a Telecaster at this point, because I've got the trim blocked. If you'd like to see a video in the future of me working with the trim and getting it balanced, just put a comment, in the bottom there in the comment section. Come alive in the comments, and we'll do that. But for now, this is it. So unless something happens and like in 1 second you're going to see all of a sudden it's not the end of the video, but I think that's about it. We're going to move forward and move on here. And until the next time, this has been TNT's Blues Corner. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. You want to see a full demo of Goldie? Please say yes in the comment section below and we'll get it done.